It's a very, very great event for specifically Department of Civil Engineering, Amity School of Engineering and Technology. It's the 4th edition of International Conference, Trends and Recent Advances in Civil Engineering, TRACE 2022. I'm feeling very, very nostalgic today as I stand on this dais on the 11th year from the time we started our conference, TRACE. From a small national level conference, we have grown so big. It's indeed a moment of pride for all of us. And my dear students, the first hand congratulations and gratitude we owe to you with your support and you being our ambassador and your will, power to learn, to know more, keeps us going and always give us a target to get to the next level of excellence. Thank you once again, and may I once again request you to start this event with a great round of applause for all of us, please.
Share your knowledge. It is an undisputed way of attaining immortality. A very warm good morning to all the dignitaries, professors, colleagues, research scholars, and students. On behalf of MIT University, Uttar Pradesh, we are delighted to offer a gracious welcome to all of you. I, Harshita Mogha, along with my co-host Kushnab, welcome you all to the inaugural ceremony of 4th International Conference, Trends and Recent Advances in Civil Engineering, TRACE 2022. Organized by the Department of Civil Engineering, MIT School of Engineering and Technology, MIT University, Uttar Pradesh, Noida. It is a pleasure and honor to have you all with us.
The MIT fraternity, with its motto of imparting true knowledge to build a better tomorrow, the conference held this year showcases the efforts of MIT with the blessings of our Honorable Founder Sir, Honorable Chancellor Sir, and Honorable Vice Chancellor Ma'am, aims to bring the vast extraneous knowledge of researchers, authors, and research enthusiasts to all come together under the roof to share the pieces of knowledge and be more confident self for tomorrow.
Shubham karoti kalyanam, arogyam dhan sampada, shatru buddhi vinashaya, deepe jyotir namustite, which means I salute the sacred lamplight that brings auspiciousness, prosperity, abundance of wealth, and destruction of the intellect's enemy. Keeping the spirit in mind and to invoke the blessings of the Almighty, let us offer our prayers to Ma Saraswati and conduct our customary lamp lighting ceremony. As a tribute to Mother Saraswati, the embodiment of knowledge, May I request all the respected dignitaries on the dais to step forward for the lamp lighting ceremony.
स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। हे शारदे माँ अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ। हे शारदे माँ अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ। तू स्वर्ग की देवी है, संगीत तुझसे हर शब्द तेरा है, हर गीत तुझसे। तू स्वर्ग की देवी है, संगीत तुझसे हर शब्द तेरा है, हर गीत तुझसे। हम हैं अकेले, हम हैं अधूरे, तेरी शरण में हमें प्यार दे माँ। हे शारदे माँ अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ। अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ। अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ।
At Amity, modernity blends with tradition and eco-friendly practices. While today's conference symbolizes modernity, it is our tradition to welcome our distinguished guests with a sacred Tulsi sapling as a token of gratitude and to foster prospering relationships.
May I now request Professor Dr. Manoj Pandey sir, Professor Dr. Abhay Bansal sir, Dr. R.K. Tomar sir, and Dr. Madhuri Kumari ma'am to kindly welcome our chief guest, Professor Dr. Manoranjan Parida ma'am, with a Tulsi sapling. Sir. May I now request Professor Dr. Manoj Pandey sir, Professor Dr. Abhay Bansal sir, Dr. R.K. Tomar sir, and Dr. Madhuri Kumari ma'am to kindly welcome our chief guest, Professor Dr. Manoranjan Parida sir, with a Tulsi sapling. I now request to welcome and present a sapling to the esteemed guest, Mr. Nanendra Deshpande sir. Please, sir. I would now request to welcome and present a sapling to the esteemed guest, Dr. Sudhir Chintalapati, sir. I now request to welcome and present a sapling to the esteemed guest, Mr. Geeraj Goyal, sir.
Thus, with a note of seeking blessings from the Almighty, we hereby commence with inaugural session of TRACE 2022. The main objective of this conference is to nurture new ideas and to get acquainted with the recent developments in civil engineering, with collaboration with industry as well. Now, may I please request Dr. R.K. Thomas, sir, HOD, Civil Engineering, General Chair, TRACE 2022, to raise the curtains on the highlights of the 4th International Conference on Trends and Recent Advancements in Civil Engineering, TRACE 2022. Please, sir.
A very good morning to one and all. Distinguished guests, participants, HOI, HODs, my faculty colleagues, and my dear students. I, on the behalf of our Honorable Founder President, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, sir, our Dynamic Chancellor, Dr. Atul Chauhan, sir, welcome each one of you to the 4th edition of International Conference TRACE 2022. I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to our esteemed chief guest, Professor Dr. Manoranjan Parida, Director, CSIR, CRRI. Guest of honor, Mr. Narendra Deshpande, CEO, Construction Skills Development Council of India. And guest of honor, Dr. Sudhir, he is on the way, Additional Director, the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Professor Dr. Bholanath Sharma, Institute of Engineering, Kathmandu, Nepal, and academicians and researchers for sparing their valuable time for this conference. It is a matter of pride and great motivation for all of us. Our founder president believed that the foundation of a developed nation is the education of its citizen, irrespective of the standing in society, and harnessing excellence in the field of innovation education. His mission is to use education as a powerful weapon to bring changes in the social and economic backgrounds so that India emerges as the superpower by 2030. Under the profound leadership of our Chancellor, sir, who believes in creating centers of thought, leadership across the world where faculty, scientists, and brilliant students can explore and expand the future of knowledge, we have achieved this milestone. Also, under the great mentorship of our Vice Chancellor, ma'am, we focus on each student to bring their full potential and empower them with a winning attitude. TRACE started the journey in the year 2011 and reached to the 3rd edition with grand success in 2020 with Springer as a technical partner. In continuation of TRACE journey, TRACE 2022 has been possible only with the blessings and motivation of our Honorable Founder President, sir, Honorable Chancellor, sir, and due guidance of Honorable Vice Chancellor, ma'am. It has been designed to provide a platform to promote interdisciplinary and application-related research work in the domain of civil engineering and infrastructure. This year, we have selected around 100 plus quality research papers for publication in lecture notes in civil engineering. The key features of TRACE 2020 are the international academic partner of the conference are School of Engineering, Monash University, Malaysia, and Institute of Engineering, Tribhuvan University, Nepal. Springer is the technical partner of this conference. Global Council for Science and the Environment, USA, is our knowledge partner. Institution of Civil Engineers, India, ICE, Indian Building Congress, and Women in Science and Engineering, WISE, Indian Association of Structural Engineering, ISTRUCT India, is our supporters. Defense Infrastructure Planning and Management, DIPM, is our industry partner. On this note, we would also like to thank our international academic partners, Monash University, Malaysia, Tribhuvan University, Nepal. We also wish to acknowledge the untiring support extended by technical partner, industry partner, and knowledge partner contributed in TRACE 2022. Looking at the galaxies of established academicians, scientists, researchers, and students, I am short of words to express my feelings of accomplishment. I feel honored, and I, on the behalf of my team, assure you all that this conference will surely meet your expectations and everyone is going to have great takeaway. I once again welcome you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, to present the idea behind TRACE and reflect upon this year's theme, may I please invite Dr. Madhuri Kumari ma'am, Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, Deputy Director, Placement and Industry Relation, ASET, and General Co-Chair, TRACE 2022, to present introduction theme on TRACE 2022. Please, ma'am.
Thank you so much. We are extremely delighted to be joined by our guest of honor, Dr. Sudhir, Additional Director of Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. May I request our head of the institution, head of the department, to kindly join in and welcome Sir by presenting Tulsi sapling at Amity. Tradition blends modernity, and we believe in Go Green concept. Through presenting sapling, we are nurturing a new relationship with all the guests out here. We believe once you are coming to Amity, you are part of our family. Most warm welcome to you, sir, to our campus. A very bright morning to one and all present here. I've been given this honor of presenting to you the theme of TRACE, which is very important for all of us to understand what is that made us get onto this conference, which we are doing year on year, but we need to stay in trend with what's latest, and so we need to upgrade our theme every year. Change, as always said by many of us, is the only constant. Parivartanamev stiram masti. The change is only constant, and we all have to adopt change to be in or to be relevant and to be in market. So with that concept, the change, the innovation, the recent advances going on in market was surveyed and taken very carefully to meet the part of the theme of this TRACE: innovation, research, society, sustainability, were few keywords which were around. We all know construction market is very increasing, and by 2025, construction industry of India is said to be third largest globally. It's very imperative that we stand on the top of what's going on in latest. When we talk about civil engineering, it actually covers a broad spectrum: structures, materials of construction, foundation and soil, transportation, water resources, environment. So this was the domain that we picked up, and every domain was then we dug inside it to understand what's the latest that's going on. So emerging fields, when we talk about precast, modular and prefabricated construction, 3D printing, sustainable construction, digital construction, building information modeling, virtual reality, augmented reality, robotics, exoskeleton, and many more. So some of them are just put across here, but this was something that we had to take into our stride when we were finalizing on the theme of trace. Foundation of theme was based on collaboration. We know that today, in today's era, being in silo is not really going to work. We really need to be an engineer more than a civil engineer or mechanical engineer or computer science engineer, which means that they have to talk to each other. So that was kept in our mind, interdisciplinary and transdisciplinary aspect when we were thinking about the theme of trace. Sustainable Development Goal, all of us very well know about it. It is just put across by the United Nations. We have to be talking about it and be ready by 2030. So we picked up few of the Sustainable Development Goal which is relevant to our industry, that is construction and infrastructure industry, which is highlighted over here. The sixth, clean water. The seventh SDG is again around the affordable and energy. The ninth one, which is again industry innovation. 11th is sustainable cities, and 13th is climate change. Keeping that in mind, finally, we decided on the theme, and the call for the paper was notified in structural engineering, geotechnical engineering, environmental engineering, water resources engineering, green building, software-based simulation for building and infrastructure, application of artificial intelligence, machine learning, IoT-based solution for civil engineering. So, in a nutshell, we have tried to bring to you the plenary session, panel discussion, research paper presentation, and keynote addresses around this theme. And we are focusing on few of the very important trending technology, that is smart and green cities and infrastructure, construction 4.0 moving to construction 5.0, digital constructions integrating artificial intelligence, machine learning, IoT into civil engineering, and of course the sustainability aspect. So that's about the theme of the trace. We welcome you once again to this conference, 4th edition of International Conference Trace 2022. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for introducing us to the theme of Trace 2022. We are pleased to have with us Professor Dr. Manoj Kumar Pandey, sir, Joint Head, Amity School of Engineering and Technology, Co-Patron Trace 2022. Sir has more than 70 years of experience in academics. Please, sir.
That's it. Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Kusanav and Harshita. Thank you very much. And good morning to all of you, and welcome to this the conference Trace 2022, and organized by the Department of Civil Engineering. First of all, I would like to welcome our own Honorable Founder President, sir. Besides his busy schedule, he has decided to join us online. And thank you very much, sir. And I would like to welcome our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Atul Chauhan, sir. And on behalf of the whole Amity fraternity, whole Amity family, and my own behalf, I would like to welcome our chief guest for today, Professor Dr. Manoranjan Paridaji, who is Director of CSIR, Central Road Research Institute, with huge round of applause, please. I would like to welcome Mr. Narendra Deshpande, who is CEO of Construction Skill Development Council of India, Dr. Sudhir ji, who is Additional Director, the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Mr. Giriraj Goel, Ministry of Defence, Professor Dr. Bhola S. Sharma, Institute of Engineering, Kathmandu, Nepal, all with huge round of applause. I would like to welcome all our guests this morning to the inaugural session of Trace 2022. I would like to welcome the entire distinguished keynote speakers from various countries, and thankful to them for being part of the conference. I would like to welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Balwinder Shukla Madam, with huge round of applause. She has just entered. Welcome, ma'am. I would like also to welcome my colleagues on the panel, and all ladies and gentlemen, for the information of all the guests this morning, those who have joined us. The MET group of education institutions have established 12 universities, and we have 150 institutions, 25 preschools, and 200,000 students all over the world. We had 17 campuses outside India, including campus in London, in New York, in California, in Singapore, Dubai, Mauritius, China, Romania, Tashkent, and so on. And the MET group of institutions we are offering, we had the huge group of researchers in the area of engineering and technology, in the area of life sciences, in the area of biotechnology, in public health, in virology, in immunology, in environment, agriculture, and so on. We have around 6,000 plus faculty members and 3,000 plus PhD scholars. And this is a leading private university with the focus on the quality teaching and research and innovations. We had filed around 1,800 patents, and some of these patents and innovations have been transferred to the industry for commercialization. MET University has conferred the National Intellectual Property Award for top Indian academic institutions for patent and commercialization. MET School of Engineering and Technology, which is the best engineering institutions in India, and we stand 25 ranked by National Institute of Ranking Framework. We are running right now the 7 departments, including the civil engineering, computer science engineering, information technology, electronics and communication engineering, electrical and electronics engineering, mechanical engineering, and artificial engineering. We know that keeping the tradition of the MET culture and the vision of our Honorable Founder President Sir and Honorable Chancellor Sir, this conference will be devoted to the recent trends in advancement in civil engineering. Researchers from across the country, all over the world, will introduce their recent advances in the field, and thereby they will promote and exchange the new ideas, the new techniques, and new results. Dear students and all participants over here, the recent trends in civil engineering nowadays, even including civil engineering, the recent is a very short-term word, because the technology is changing, moving very fast and spreading very fast. Even in civil engineering also, there are various areas where the recent advancement, the trend, the technology is evolving. If you take the example of the self-heating concretes, the cement was the concrete earlier were used widely for the materials and constructions. You know that the biggest problem in the cement concrete is the carbon emission, and it is getting cracks. So now the self-healing concretes are being founded, is being made with the mix containing the bacteria and the microcapsules. The roads are built like that. The kinetic energy of the roads, the vehicle moving on the road, can be converted into the potential energy. The modular constructions through which, including the building can be constructed somewhere else, the off-site, and can be designed at the same place in the conventional site later on. The use of the IoT and the drones are very much prominent in the area of civil engineering also. So some of the, these are, and the smart city concepts, the smart house concepts, these are evolving the civil engineering in a bigger way. So at the end, I hope that this conference will bring new ideas, new research collaborations, and will set the new heights in the field of civil engineering. I am thankful to and And I appreciate the effort of Dr. R.K. Tomar, Dr. Madhuri Kumari and their team for organizing this event successfully. With this, I once again welcome all of you to this Temple of Learning. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. May I now request Professor Dr. Manoj Pandey, sir, Professor Dr. Abhay Bansal, sir, Dr. R.K. Tomar, sir, and Dr. Madhuri Kumari, ma'am, to kindly welcome on Honorable Vice Chancellor, ma'am, Professor Dr. Balwinder Shukla, ma'am, with a Tulsi sapling. It is more than an honor to have Professor Dr. Balwinder Shukla, ma'am, Honorable Vice Chancellor, AUP, with us today. The pillar under whose leadership and initiative achievements for MIT University could be possible is our very own Honorable Vice Chancellor, ma'am. Ma'am, whose constant involvement has resulted in the students being privileged with countless platforms to showcase their skills and imbibe an innovative thinking on an international level. Ma'am has been with MIT Universe for more than 20 years and has been one of the key team members in taking MIT higher education institutions and witnessed a metamorphosis journey of 240 students to 30,000 students. May I now request ma'am to kindly address the gathering. Please, ma'am.
Most respected founder president, sir, Honorable Chancellor, sir, a very esteemed chief guest, Professor Dr. Manoranjan Parida, Director, CSR Center, Road Research Institute, our guest of honor, Mr. Naren Deshpandeji, CEO, Construction Skill Development Council of India, guest of honor, Dr. Sudhir Chintalapati, Additional Director, the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Guest of honor, Professor Dr. Bhola N.S. Gimire, Institute of Engineering, Kathmandu. And all my esteemed colleagues on the dais, in the audience, participants, distinguished speakers, and the dear students, future leaders of the civil engineering. First of all, I, on behalf of our Honorable Founder President, Honorable Chancellor, and all the deans, head of institutions, faculty members, I extend very warm and hearty welcome to our esteemed chief guest, guest of honor, all the participants to the 4th edition of International Conference on Trends and Recent Advances in Civil Engineering, TRACE 2022, which is being hosted by the Civil Engineering Department of MIT School of Engineering and Technology. We all know how important is the infrastructure development for the growth of, especially economic growth of the nation. And when we talk about whether it's the railways, whether it is roads, whether it's the highways, whether it's transportation, whether it's the water sources or environment, geomatics, or the structural engineering, and all aspects are so important for the nation building, for the economic development. I'm so happy and delighted that the Civil Engineering Department, year after year, has been organizing this important conference on the trends and recent advances in the Civil Engineering Department, so that the students of this department learn what's latest is happening and what are the trends, technologies, so that they have the latest learning, and so that when they go to the industry, they are able to bring the latest in their learning and development to contribute to the organization. I'm looking at the, especially when we are talking about the real estate or the construction industry, the materials have become very, very important. 3D printing, when we look at that, has become very important. Prefabricated structures have become very, very important. At the same time, how are you looking at those materials, technologies which are contributing least to the pollution? How we can save the energy? How we can make the houses which are aligned with the green technologies, and also the what kind of the road material we are using, how we are making the roads or the highways which are withstand to the all kind of weathers, and how you can use the roads for the multiple purposes. And I was going through the kind of the research papers have come in this conference, and I'm sure that all the students who are sitting here, and when they will be attending the different sessions, they will be having a great learning. What are the trends, and what are the new techniques and the practices and the technologies have emerged which they will learn and they will be using it. So I could see that this conference, especially we have a School of Engineering, Monash University, Malaysia, and Institute of Engineering, Tribhuvan University, Nepal as the academic partner. In Springer being the technical partner for this conference will help in publishing the papers which will be globally visible and will be indexed. Global Council for Science and Environment uses being the knowledge partner will surely be adding a lot of value to this conference. Institution of Civil Engineering and India and the Women in Science and Engineering, Indian Association of Structural Engineering are our supporters, and I'm sure these supporters are going to add. I could see the couple of sessions are being collaboratively being organized. Defense infrastructure planning and management as an industry partner will surely bring the new aspects what the industry is looking for in terms of creating the best of the possible infrastructures. I would like to congratulate Dr. R.K. Tomar, head of the department, and Dr. Madhya Kumari, our head of Corporate Source Center, where I can see the academics and the Corporate Source Center working together as a team, bringing the best of both the worlds. One side the research, other side the industry, and that's what the need of the hour is there. As the NEP 2020, which is focusing more on developing the skills and councils one side, at the same time aligning the curriculum with the industry requirements and developing the students for the employability with the right skill set and competencies, so the students can have their progression as per their aspirations. And this team of Dr. Madhya Kumari and Dr. R.K. Tomar, I'm sure together they're fulfilling the requirements of one side of research, other side of skill development, ultimately for the employability. So I would like to congratulate Dr. Abhay Bansal and Dr. M.K. Pandey that year after year, with the kind of the competition they are creating within their institution for excellence, that each department, when is organizing a conference, is better than the other department, and that healthy competition always leads to the excellence. So I'm very happy and delighted that the team asset and the team civil engineering are fulfilling the dream of our honorable founder president, that through research, innovation, and academic excellence, contributing to the nation building. And also our honorable chancellor have always said that It's the collaboration, it is the educational excellence, it is the research and innovation. And building the partnerships, in which I was saying that there's so many partnerships in different forms which have been built in for this conference and will bring the truly the synergy, and that synergy will help in creating the change in the world, which will be in the positive direction, and that change will make this world a better place to work. And our Honorable Founder President have always said that whatever the activity do, the outcome must be well defined, because without outcome you cannot achieve anything. So I'm sure that under the guidance of Dr. Bansal and Dr. Pandey and Dr. Soni, the team civil engineering, all the faculty members, and they have defined the outcome. And I would only like to have that all the international and the national researchers, scientists who are participating in this conference, they all should explore how we can work together, how we can further collaborate with each other, that with that synergy we can achieve higher goals. Because our Honorable Prime Minister has said during this Amrit Kal, means the next 25 years, the nation has to be made the fully developed nation and to make India the education hub. So how can we achieve that goal? It can only happen when we collaborate with each other, when we work together for the common goal, making this nation a fully developed nation and the education hub, where we can have the globally, the education institution coming here, globally the students are coming in, the talent of India being the best in the world can really contribute to the economic development, to the industry, no matter where they are located. Today, Amity has nearly 200,000 alumni, and out of the 200,000, the 34% are outside the country, and they are contributing in big way, either in the corporate world or academia, or starting their own ventures, which are leading organizations globally. So with this, once again, I congratulate Team Amity School of Engineering and Technology and wish all the best for this conference. And once again, I extend very warm welcome to our Honorable Chief Guest, as well as all the guests of honor and the participants and the speakers for this conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for gracing us with your presence. It is a privilege to have with us Professor Dr. Abhay Bansal, sir, Joint Head, MIT School of Engineering and Technology, Co-Patron TRACE 2022, and Director for International Collaboration in Engineering and Technology. With this, may I now request Professor Dr. Abhay Bansal, sir, to please address the attendees. Please, sir.
Thank you. On behalf of our most respected Honorable Founder President, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, Honorable Chancellor, on behalf of MIT School of Engineering and Technology, on my personal behalf, welcome you all in TRACE 2022, organized by Department of Civil Engineering. I welcome our guest, Professor Manoranjan, who is Director CSIR. Please put your hands together for him. Sir, thank you very much to be with us. Dear students, we have discussed many things with him, and I'm sure you all are aware CRI, RRI has various opportunities of doing internship and project. And I'm sure with Professor Manoranjan, who is there as a chief guest. And another thing which I want to mention, he's our chief guest and he's also parent of our alumni who passed out from civil engineering only. Please put your hands together for him. And today morning, he told both of his son, who did Bachelor of Civil Engineering from Asset, has done their masters. And I'm sure as a chief guest, he is going to share big difference he could find when his both son has done masters and doing very good in their career. Thank you very much, sir. And we look forward as your experience sharing also what kind of growth you could see for your son. You can also mentor, guide all of our students. And our founder always say, best of East and best of West is the best. So dear students, please explore all the possibilities. And for chief guest reference, we also have various programs as mentioned by Joint Head Professor Pandey. We have BTech International Program. In civil engineering, where we have done tie-up with world top university, whether it is Birmingham, UK, Purdue, Iowa State, University of Queensland, so that students can do half of the program in India, half outside India, and get job outside India also at half of the tuition fees. We also have very unique 3-continent program, which I want to mention for all the learned speakers who are contributing in TRACE. And in 3-continent, we give exposure of US and UK also apart from India. We have very strong study abroad program, as MET has 18 plus campuses. And I'm sure in TRACE participation from all over the world, we look forward to have collaboration with you and see how each one of you can have wonderful experience, not only of India, outside India also. So please put your hands together for Honorable Founder President, Honorable Chancellor, who has given us mandate that each and every student of MET must be given international exposure. Thank you, sir, for your time. I also welcome Mr. Narendra, who is CEO, Construction Skill Development Council of India. Sir, thank you very much. We welcome you. And we are already working with the Skill Council, and I'm sure together with you, we are going to offer many more courses so that our students can be industry ready together with the Skill Council. Thank you very much. Please put your hands together for him. I also welcome Dr. Sudhir, who is going to join, Additional Director with Ministry. He has already joined, Dr. Sudhir. Yeah, from Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Please put your hands together for him, because I'm sure each one of you might be excited to work on environment, forest and climate change, and government have a lot of funding and they want to work in this area. I also welcome Mr. Giriraj, who is going to join, Director of Ministry of Defence. And for the reference, I want to mention here, MET is the first private university who has launched BTech, MTech, Defence Technology, and also MTech in Defence Technology. Because we want to develop resources where they can contribute towards their nation building. So it's a very unique program which has been launched under guidance of our Honorable Founder President. Thank you, Founder President, for allowing us to launch this program. With this, I also welcome Professor Dr. Chakravarti sir, who is officiating DG with MET Foundation for Science, Technology, Innovation and Line. Sir, thank you very much to be with us. He was head with CSIR. Thank you, sir, for giving all mentorship and guidance. And in TRACE, we also have Dr. Priyanka, who is faculty of civil engineering. I am sure many of you have been taught by her. She is also there, who has joined from UTP. Thank you, Dr. Priyanka. It's really nice to see you. She is at the moment with University of Technology Petronas, which is a Petronas group. I'm sure each one of you knows. She was the one who got the funding from SERB to be there for working on a joint project. Thank you, Professor Priyanka, and it's really nice to see you during TRACE. Huh?
Yeah, good afternoon, sir, and welcome to TRACE 2022, and all my good wishes to the coordinators.
Dear students, you have your faculty at UTP Malaysia, and I'm sure anybody who is interested can go spend some time. We have very strong collaboration with UTP Malaysia. Thank you, and thank you, Professor Chakravarti, for all your guidance through which we could get Dr. Priyanka at UTP Malaysia. And with this, I thank and congratulate Department of Civil Engineering for all the hard work they have done for the grand success of TRACE, Dr. Madhuri, and also welcome Dr. Soni. We also have Professor Bhola from Institute of Engineering, Kathmandu, Nepal. Thank you, Professor Bhola, to be here. I've already discussed with him. I'm sure in future we are going to get students from your university to India and would like to work on joint collaborative projects. With this, I thank you and welcome you once again, each one of you, and we look forward to have a lot of collaboration and outcome through this conference which has been organized by Department of Civil Engineering. I congratulate to all the student volunteers, and let's put hands together for all the student and faculty volunteers of Department of Civil Engineering who has really worked hard, and I know how much hard work it takes. And thank you for academic partner Monash, another university, Monash University, and another university, and also Springer for their association for publishing paper. And we look forward to have continued collaboration with Springer in many more conferences in ASSET. Thank you very much and welcome you once again.
Thank you, sir. It is our honor to have Professor Dr. K.M. Soni, sir, Deputy Dean, Domain, Engineering and Technology, MET University, Uttar Pradesh, amongst us. I'd like to request Professor Dr. K.M. Soni sir to please address this session.
Thank you. A very good morning to all of you, eminent personalities, speakers, delegates from academia and industries, HOIs, colleagues, faculty, and my dear students. On behalf of our most respected founder president, Dr. Shokket Chauhan, visionary and dynamic chancellor and president, Dr. Atul Chauhan, honorable vice chancellor, Dr. Varuna Shukla, and domain of engineering and technology, I welcome you all to this inaugural function of 4th International Conference Trends and Recent Advances in Civil Engineering TRIS 2022. It is my privilege to welcome our chief guest of honor, and international guest. With the blessings of our most respected and beloved founder president, Dr. Shokket Chauhan, and the guidance of Dr. Atul Chauhan, President and Chancellor AUP, we MITians are feeling proud that MIT University, in its short history of just about 17 years, has won a deserved place among the top universities in India and abroad, with 200,000 students, 8,000 faculty members in 11 state universities in India, having more than 20 campuses and 17 campuses in abroad. The construction sector is flourishing rapidly, and the demand of civil engineers keeps on growing. We are discussing in detail in this conference. In last week, I was in Kochi and Bangalore. I seen a lot of work going on for metro expansions. There's many, you have seen highways has been created and works is going on. Expressway is in progress. Many metro infrastructure is already in developing stage of many cities of the country. And just before this conversation, I discussed with the chief guest. He suggested we should start the program in transportation engineering or highways engineering or infrastructure with respect to metro. And we will suggest our Department of Civil Engineering, Dr. Tomar, please think on this, and we should start the MTech program on these aspects. The TRIS 2022 will prove to be an excellent platform for scientists, researchers, academicians, industry experts, and students to interact and enhance their knowledge about the recent advances in the civil engineering sector. It gives me immense pleasure to convey that the conference hosts a broad spectrum of topics from the civil engineering domain. Dr. Madhuri has already stated all the different topics in which we have paper presentations, panel discussions, plenary sessions, alumni sessions, and also many keynote addresses from very senior professionals from the country and abroad have been scheduled in this conference. Such exposure will help budding engineers to share the discuss innovation ideas with field experts and professionals. Hoping that our next 2 days at this conference will be enriching and surely lead to a fruitful collaborative research and academic cooperation. Organizing a conference at the international level is truly a colossal task. I convey my heartiest congratulations to the organizing team of Civil Engineering Department who has put in their relentless effort to make this conference possible. I am sure this conference will be a grand success. Welcome you all once again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. It is our privilege for all of us today to have with us Professor Dr. Manoranjan Parida, sir, Director, CSIR, Central Road Research Institute. Sir has taken over charge of Director, CSIR, Central Road Research Institute. Previously, he was the Deputy Director at IIT Roorkee before joining CSIR CRRI. He has been MORTH Chair Professor on Development of Highway Systems in India at IIT Roorkee during 2013 to 2017. He has also worked on an imprint research project and design and development of noise barriers for flyovers in Delhi is an innovative contribution by him. He received Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru's Birth Centenary Award from Indian Road Congress. He has received the Outstanding Teacher Award of IIT Roorkee. He is presently convener of Urban Roads and Street Committee of Indian Road Congress, New Delhi. May I now request Sir to address the attendees.
Thank you. Good morning, students, dignitaries on the dais, and dignitaries, those who have connected online of the dais. I would like to extend a warm welcome to the entire team of TRACE 2022. I have been always looking for the opportunity to join the different editions of TRACE. Earlier, I have participated in the earlier edition of TRACE, and it's good that for the last 11 years, the conference has sustained itself. At the outset, I would like to compliment the founder president, Dr. Ashok Kumar Chauhan, and Chancellor Dr. Atul Chauhan for the great support to civil engineering education. In fact, today, while the IT, computer science, technology booms, there are many institutions in the country, those who would put the civil engineering in the backseat. But I sincerely appreciate the efforts of the leadership at Amity for supporting the cause of civil engineering. I'd like to also appreciate the efforts of Professor Dr. Balvinder Shukla, whom I know since 2009. I have visiting Amity University since 2009. In fact, both of my twin sons, they graduated from Department of Civil Engineering. And coming to the particular edition of TRACE 2022, the mandate is very clear. In fact, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Balvinder Shukla, when she spoke, she said that every event activity should be outcome-based. So ultimately, the 2 days engagement means what it leads to. In fact, I'll say that the conference provides an excellent platform for interaction between the various domains of civil engineering, be it academics, be it research, be it industry. But today, yes, industry engagement is going to be very, very substantial. And for students, the major takeaway is going to be like in a conference, you can know what to work and what not to work. There are 6 verticals in civil engineering. So at least you can decide what's more exciting to you, because that will help you to decide your career path. And in fact, my basic domain is transportation engineering. I joined as a faculty in IIT Roorkee in '96, and since then, largely working in transportation. And currently, in my position as Director CRI, I am more actively engaged in transport research activities. Just to give you some glimpse of the research activities at CRI, we have 7 divisions. The divisions are transport planning, environment, traffic engineering, safety, then flexible payments division, rigid payments division, geotechnical engineering division, bridge engineering and structures division. So these are the subjects on which we are working. And in TRACE, in fact, you have different sessions which are talking about recent advances in the different verticals of civil engineering. When I say verticals, it refers to the 6 identified verticals like structure, geotech, environment, and transportation, water resources. So these presentations will certainly help you to know like what are the recent developments, what are the recent possibilities. So coming back to the transport specifically, today, you know, like one is that the road development is taking at a great place. You say that the pace is something, say, more than 32 kilometers of highway being developed at the national level. But you see that there is a great change with respect to the highway infrastructure scenario in the country and also around you in Uttar Pradesh. You can see the expressways coming up in a big way. Today, like be it Yamuna Expressway, you are located very close to it. Then there is Purvanchal Expressway. Plus, you can see a lot of elevated highway projects coming up in very big way. So I see like the expressway development as one opportunity. But then let us not think that highway development is synonymous with great and very expensive infrastructure. It also touches infrastructure like Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, the rural development activities which is currently going on, where the civil engineers can play a lot of role. In fact, in civil engineering, there is great opportunity to connect to society, to contribute to the society. So if you look at the various programs, like be it the Smart City program and the recently announced program like Pradhan Mantri Gati Shakti. So these all provide huge opportunities in the domain of civil engineering, specifically in transportation engineering. While Dr. Madhuri was presenting, she mentioned about the sustainability development goals. So when we are trying to set our, say, mandate, our agenda for the future, next 25 years, we say the sustainability development goals can define what can be the best agenda. In fact, it basically like the sustainability development agenda. The sustainability development agenda specifically talks about like adopting construction technologies which has limited environmental concerns. That way, especially the practices of using marginal materials, using waste, in which CRI is working
Just,
very
sir,
actively.
just 1 minute. May I request all the students to please settle down? Those standing over here, students, faculty member can please help them out. The student, those standing here in my right side, please settle down.
Okay, so I have my colleagues from Flexible Payment Division. We have Dr. Ambika Bell, she's sitting in the front, and Dr. Abhishek Mittal, he will join. So CRI works on, Dr. Ambika works on uses of waste plastics, and CRI has developed a very good technology with respect to use of blast furnace slags in construction. So uses of marginal material could be a new way of working, developing your highway pavements. Then, that essentially addresses the sustainability development goals with respect to the environmental implications. In fact, we have a division of transport planning and environment where we are trying to understand the implications of various transport measures and their possible environmental impact, trying to develop ways and means by which the environmental impacts can be reduced. Especially the noise barrier for the highways is one of the recent contributions which has emerged out of transport planning and environment division. We see that urban areas, the residential areas, the silence zones are exposed to more and more noise, which requires especially deployment of noise barrier. So that is one domain CRI is working very actively with respect to mitigating traffic noise for urban areas. Then when it comes to like, we see a lot of opportunity with respect to some of the new technology. The new technology can be broadly labeled with respect to uses of IT, uses of artificial intelligence, data science, IoT devices, 3D printing. So on high end, in fact, there are great possibilities, although the development is a little slow with respect to absorption of technology, but I believe like collaboration with industry is that's going to accelerate the process of absorption of the technology for the sector directly. One example is that currently we hear a lot about intelligent transport system. So when it comes to like, is the project, do we have enough transportation projects which can be labeled as ITS project? Today, all of us use Google Information System for traveling, which is like Traveler Information System. So that is one which has already penetrated. You see a lot of uses of advanced parking management system. In public transport, there is a lot of uses of intelligent transport system. So with respect to that, CRI is working on a project which is labeled as iRaste. It's essentially deployment of ITS for road safety and engineering. It's a project based at Nagpur. So where we are trying to develop advanced driver assistance system. So the project has partners Intel and IIIT Hyderabad. So these kind of new challenging projects are possible through multi-institutional partnership. It is not possible just that a single agency or a single institute can take up these kind of projects. So I see great potential with respect to participation with industry, participation with the multiple institutions to address problems which are facing society. So towards end, I'll say that as a civil engineer, we can take great advantage of these kind of conferences. You have great experts, those who are attending this particular event. You can hear them. It's the time is going to be very brief, but then always you can get back to them in case you have any interest. And then coming back to the approach of outcome-based approach. In fact, Amity has been doing very well with respect to development of patents. So CRI can provide you a good platform. We have opportunities for BTech and master students. They can work with our different divisions in Central Road Research Institute, and we can work towards development of new materials, new technologies, which can be really moving ahead in terms of creation of a new patent. So that is one. And my discussion with Dr. Soni, Amity has been very, very creative and very evolving in terms of academic program. So you mentioned that there are 2 master's programs. So I suggested that you can think of a professional program, for working professionals, MTech Transportation Engineering. That is going to be very useful for professionals, those who are settled at Noida, Greater Noida, Ghaziabad, and government of Uttar Pradesh looks towards Amity University that they'll get all kind of support. And if you are starting such a master's program, we can also collaborate. We can provide our assistance from CSR Central Road Research Institute. So with that, I'll close my speech, and all the best for TRACE 2022. As I said, I always look for the invitation of TRACE and wish that we continue this conference in a much bigger way. We continue this conference so that it leads to more collaborations between academia, industry, and research institutions. So with that, good luck and have a great conference. Thank you.
May I now request all the attendees to please give a huge round of applause for Sir. Thank you, sir, for joining us this morning. You are a great source of inspiration. It is a great honor for me to introduce and welcome Mr. Narendra Deshpande, sir, CEO, Construction Skill Development Council of India. Sir is an individual with apt demeanor, right for driving organizational goals, well versed with the nitty-gritty of construction industry's requirement, and a hard-working and consistent performer with good resilience. He has 25 plus years of demonstrated experience in multiple construction sectors, including academia, majorly involving business functions such as learning and skill development, contract and sourcing development, strategy and organizational development, technology-enabled business process automation, lean practices, planning and project management, non-destructive testing. He has been recognized and rewarded for improving the operational efficiencies of the multiple initiatives undertaken across multiple organizations. Sir automated the entire business process of learning and development. May I now request Sir to please grace the occasion by his words of wisdom. Please, Sir.
Good morning to all of you. I said good morning to all of you. Can I request the faculties at the staircase or the coordinators to be seated? Just remember, those who are interested and would have something very important to attend outside, the earth is not going to shake, nor the sky is going to fall. I think your faculties, your institute have taken a great pain in organizing this workshop and for the benefit of the learners predominantly. So it's my humble request to kindly be attentive to whoever is saying a few words over here. And remember, how many people you hear is also a source of learning for you. Okay? So congratulations to all of you. Do you know why I'm saying this? Congratulations, because you have chosen the evergreen industry in the globe. Construction industry is synonymous with civilization. as long as the civilization is going to be there, this industry is going to survive. That is the reason why I have congratulated you, whether you have chosen it by design or by default. I'll take a little liberty. Respected dignitaries, I started a little differently. But then when I speak, I want the attention of everybody. I have been in industry as well as in the academia. I have been part and parcel of the National Institute of Construction Management and Research also. The onus is up to you as to how you exploit the faculties here to your advantage of making your career, to your advantage of making the skills which you don't have, or maybe tapping the potential skills which you have. The onus is all up to the learner. The onus of learning is on the learner, not on the trainer or the faculty or the teacher. They are ready to devote as much time as you require. Okay, the reason why I'm saying this second point is because we had post-independence, lot of gap widening up between knowledge and skills. We were focused on creating academic brilliance. But the time is there. I think it was yesterday, but today we have to run, because knowledge cannot be dissociated or eliminated or separated from, skill cannot be separated from knowledge. These are two faces of the same coin. In fact, we would be looking forward to align with Amity School of Engineering and Technology. Probably we can look out to facilitate running some apprenticeship embedded internships and embedded programs for you also. And that is going to be order of the day in the days to come. Vocational programs, vocational diplomas, vocational degree programs are going to be the order of the day tomorrow. Because remember, this new education policy 2020 has brought in a unified credit framework which allows any student to move horizontally and vertically. What does it mean for you? How many of you have studied this new education policy? And what does it mean for you? I'll give you a small example. In each of our societies, for any small work which has to be attended, whether it is plumbing, electrical, or any other works, we call a person, call up the security, call up the society office and ask him to come and do that necessary repair. The intent of this new education policy is that while we qualify that electrician or plumber, we are also going to give him to gather credits to gather vocational diploma and degree. This opportunity is coming for them as well. So the competitors for you in the next 10 years ahead would be coming from those set of people who actually work with their motor skills, with their hands. You must have studied the City and Guilds model of UK also. While there is one path which makes engineers academically, there is second path which creates engineers who are operationally excellent in their own ways. There are electricians, there are plumbers, there are shuttering and carpenter guys who become on foremen, supervisors, and then so on and so forth, even up to the level of project head. And that is the model which is generally UK followed all these years. So coming to construction industry, remember, another reason why this is a very evergreen industry is that because it is the second largest industry in the country, contributing second largest to the GDP of the country. And the day is not far away when it will become the first largest industry in the country, first largest employment contributor. You have seen in the last few years, government has announced and already working on those flagship programs. Be it the 7-engine driven Gati Shakti program, be it the smart cities, the defense corridors, the industrial corridors, the multimodal system, the PLI schemes. the Jal Jeevan Mission, the Awas Yojanas, all these constitute not less than 112 lakh crores of rupees. It's a big, big projects which are going to line up. And today, with the current economic scenario, with the current pace of development, the strength of this construction industry stands anywhere between 7 to 8 crores. Remember, the moment a little steam is catched up by this, any of this Gati Shakti or any kind of this central flagship programs, I'm not even talking about the state-run flagship programs. Probably if you add it to this flagship programs, it will be enormous. And the reason why you have to be serious is because we believe the onus of leaving something skillful progeny is on to us, the current generation. Because you have only a demographic dividend which can be as much as exploited for not beyond 25 or 30 years. The reason why the globe is looking towards all of this young demographic dividend is because countries like even Japan has maximum population of senior ages. European countries, some of them are becoming again senior countries. There are upcoming developing continents like Africa. Plethora of opportunities. The question is whether, I don't believe that unemployment is there. I believe that how much compatible we are there with the employment opportunities which are there today. So how many of you are going to make yourself compatible with the employment which are there today? I think that is the question which you should ask. And since our existence, since 2013, we have roughly trained around 10 lakh of construction workers. And that's a big number, though it is still less than 2% of the entire workforce. You will have to really understand the pulse of the industry for which you are going to struggle for these 4 years, maybe 2 years additional in terms of post-graduation, and then put yourself onto the projects. The first 5 or 10 years of your career has to be how much you can exploit from the industry to equip yourself with skills and knowledge. And that is going to be your brand value post that. That is going to be your package value post that. We generally tend to join universities and institutes because they give placements. Is it true or false? Am I correct? How many of you have joined this course by design? Can I see some hands? How many of you have joined this by design? Yes, I wanted to become a civil engineer, so therefore I have become a civil engineer. I see just one hand over there. 2, 3. I think double congratulations to you. So dedicate your time and efforts as much as you can exploit the faculties. Please do exploit. I beg your pardon, sir, dignitaries on the dais. Because you can imagine, at least there are little less than a dozen dignitaries on the dais. The treasure of experience that they carry is enormous. The treasure of experience of faculties who are sitting here, all put together, you have few 100 years of experience which is delivering the content to you. There is no replacement or substitute for experience. And that's where you have to understand how you serious have to be. I talk extempore. I don't come prepared. But then I'll take the liberty of the dignitaries on the dais. I come and represent the Construction Skill Council of India. You know why this Skill Council came into existence? If you recall, in the early 1960s, we had these industrial training institutes. They served the manufacturing demand-supply gap to a greater extent by up to 85 or 90s. But thereafter, they were not able to service the service industry, the skilling. they could not take up the skilling for the service industry. And as a result, in 2008, this National Skill Development Corporation was formed. And National Skill Development Corporation is the umbrella organization. There are today 37 sector skill councils in the country. There is a council for even domestic worker. There is a council for even security and surveillance. There is a council for even beauty and wellness. You know, all of these councils are creating a lot of people, qualified people, and giving them overseas employment. So we are here to partner with like-minded institutes. I have already connected with Amity University, sir, Lieutenant General Mr. Sikand. We have already signed up with MOE with them. I would be more than eager and happy to sign up with you. To that extent, I would extend certain things like which I have extended to Amity University Skill Development also. We create content at no cost to you. We are already into virtual reality content creation. We are already into augmented reality content creation. And this content can be made available to these students also on a subscription model. We are more than happy to give you the insights into this new education policy via this National Skill Qualification Framework. I think that is the way to go ahead. If somebody wants to be industry ready, how do you become industry ready? This is the framework which will make you industry ready. And that's where I think the focus of the institutes and universities have to be there. I beg your pardon, dignitaries on the dais. I have taken a little extra time because I'm fond of speaking to the students. I've been with the students for almost more than 5 years. I started my career way back in 95 with Gannon Dunkerley company. I think the name of that company probably hardly anybody knows today, but one of the biggest government contractors since British time like. But today I will give you a small pulse of the requirement which exists in the industry of construction. There is one L&T which is there today in construction industry as the topmost level. But today the enormity of these flagship programs is such huge that we need 100 L&Ts today. And this is the only industry which gives you satisfaction other than the teaching job. Okay, so thank you so much. My contact details are there with everybody, with the faculty. I am ready to take up your calls even in the midnight for clarifying or even counseling and doing a career guidance for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for honoring us by your presence. It is our honor to have with us today Dr. Sudhir Sir, Additional Director, the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. He is looking after National Clean Air Program and its implementation across the country. Sir was awarded PhD from Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi in 2010 in the field of groundwater modeling. He has received his bachelor degree in civil engineering from the Department of Civil Engineering, Birla Institute of Technology, Mesra, Ranchi. He has to his credit 49 international and national publications with 744 citations, its index 17. He has presented many papers in international and national conferences. May I now request Sir to address the attendees. Please, sir.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, honorable chief guest, and all the delegates sharing the dais and those who have joined over online, and the students of Amity University. First of all, I express my sincere gratitude to the Department of Civil Engineering, Amity University, for giving me this opportunity to be with all of you and share and express my views. So we are here to discuss, deliberate, and ponder upon the trends and recent advances that is happening in the department of happening in the civil engineering and the research trends which are happening over the across the global. I think the Professor Madhuri has already set the theme for TRACE. So she started that now we are not actually working in the silos like civil engineering. Being a civil engineer, we have to actually extend our skills through a different cross-cutting this one. And it's basically the era of transdisciplinary, interdisciplinary, and collaboration works. So, for example, being from coming from the Ministry of Environment and looking after the environmental issues, I'll just like to speak about air pollution, which all of you are aware that which is going to happen in the coming winter days. So, if you start looking at the this air pollution, so the major sources which is actually contributing for the air pollution is because of the incomplete combustion. The combustion which is happening from the energy, production, distribution sectors, and combustion of fuels in household and municipal sectors, and the emissions that are coming from the industrial sectors. And the most important thing is that the emissions which are happening because of the transport sector, which is actually contributing for the resuspended dust and the particulate matters. So because of this incomplete combustions which are happening in the different sectors and all these things, so the major pollutants like SOx, NOx, and particulate matter, so they enter into the atmosphere, and these form the primary pollutants. And once these primary pollutants they interact with each other, and then they undergo the chemical process, so then the secondary pollutants will come into picture. So basically I'm trying to explain all these things because so even to address a simple thing like pollution, we need an interdisciplinary approach. Like for example, we need a chemical engineer to assess these things, industrial sector, from the transport sector. So we need several expertise of the field in order to address any issue in a holistic way. So in engineering has now become no more a single silo. So we are working in a different sectors. And so that's what I am expressing, that when we are actually working in we are also working on the machine learning, artificial intelligence, same way exoskeletons, like already which has been mentioned, the building information systems. So the civil engineering has to work in the silo, has to work with a different expertise. So I hope this conference is going to give you best opportunity, because this is the place where you meet several people where they have different experience together, and then that will be actually very, very helpful in order to develop the interdisciplinary skills. So with this small brief note, I'll just conclude, wishing you all the best for this conference. Thanking you. Yeah.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful words. It is an honor to have Professor Dr. Bholanath Sharma Gimre, sir, Institute of Engineering, Tribhuvan University, Kathmandu, Nepal. Sir was awarded PhD from Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay in 2014 in the field of water resource engineering. He received his master's degree in hydropower development from NTNU, Norway in the year 2006, and bachelor's degree in civil engineering, IOE, Nepal in the year 1995. He has been awarded with Nepal Vidya Bhushan Kha from the government of Nepal in the year 2015. He has to his credit numerous international and national publications in journal and conferences. His research areas are water resource modeling and uncertainty analysis. May I now request sir to please address the attendees.
Okay, good morning everybody. Respected chief guest, our dignitaries on the desk and online of the desk, faculty members, and the very young students and ladies and gentlemen. Because former speakers, they have already told what I have to tell, that's why I have nothing to tell you. But this is a student life. And because, as I know, Trace, they have already ordered that all the presenter must be online. That's why I hope most of the you who are presenting here are the MET students. And MET students, why you choose MET means there is no need to polish the apples. While you start to eat means apple polishing is not necessary. MET is best, that's why you are choosing. You choose it, not to explain more. And what you choose is, what you done, what you decided it, very good decision you took. Or what your parent took the decision is very good. That is the things. Why we are gathering here? That is the most important things. Because trends in recent advances in civil engineering. There are five words. Those things we have to very importantly we have to say. Recent change. If you think your child life, where you were sitting, what was your status? Just you compare with now, where you are sitting now. This is due to the recent change. As earlier former speaker, he told that until and unless there is the civilization, then there is the necessity of civil engineering. That is one of the other important things, that what you chosen is the good way or you are in the right way. That's why there is almost lot of things I have to speak with you, but I can speak in another forum also, and I have given some other lecture also. Now everybody is hungry. Not only I am also very hungry. That's why we are just moving here and there. This is a normal student life. Don't worry. Everyone, what you are doing is very good. This is a student life, and we have to do like this. But while you become the responsible, and while you became the responsible person, it is entirely different. Here we are just treating you become the responsible persons. And this conference means we have to just gather a lot of new research ideas to sharing with you. So who you are interested to learn those new ideas, you have to be very pleasant and you have to be very carefully listen. Those who are not interested, it is not necessary to do those things. But new things, those things you can learn in the classrooms. Classroom, just you are teaching your own textbooks and you just try to pass your exams. You have to try to get the more marks. More marks will not do anything until and unless you just learn about the recent change. I just like to tell the recent yesterday's examples, because I traveled from very long, not very long, but compared to you, very long. I came from the Kathmandu, and plane was one time, but we were waiting 1.5 hours standing in the queue for the immigration pass out. Why it happened? Now you have to think as a student. You have to be changed. You have to make the new easy life. In this way, we have to think, and conference will be help to change those things. Okay, thank you for giving me this opportunity to share my experience with you. Especially I like to thank the Masuri ma'am, because while I was at IIT, then I just come into touch with Miss 2018. I just come out with it, Madhuri ma'am, and then after that, we just come up with the close relations. I think we have to keep up it in the future also. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. We are delighted to have with us Professor A. Chakrabarty, sir, officiating DG, Amity Foundation of Science and Technology and Innovation Alliances. May I now request, sir, to please address the attendees.
Thank you so for joining us. Thank you.
Very good morning to all of you. I could sense the feeling with the students who are probably asking a question themselves, why we are here. It is important for couple of reasons. I was not scheduled to be here physically, but when I noticed that this audience will be addressed by none other than Professor Parida, one of the stalwarts of transportation engineering in the country, I could not resist myself, but joined you here, sir. I myself was with CSIR for the last 3.5 decades, and these two laboratories of CSIR, Central Road Research Institute and Central Building Research Institute, who actually nurtures the civil engineers for the national development. You have already heard the transportation is going to play a very important role for tomorrow's India. India's economic growth, which our Honorable Prime Minister has dreamt of with a $5 trillion economy, is only possible with our infrastructure taking place extensively at a faster pace. And to do that, you are the people. The recent trends in the civil engineering are going to shape the new India. You are the people. You civil engineers, budding civil engineers from Amity and other universities are going to play a very important role. So for you, the sky is the limit, and the presence of the people in the dais today, whether it is the director of the Central Road Research Institute of India or the Construction Skill Council president here, or the Kathmandu from Nepal, a stalwart engineer presence here. What they're trying to tell you? They're trying to tell you that you are at very opportune time. You have to listen to these new trends. You have to take these new trends into your blood so that you can contribute to the India's development through your civil engineering acumen. There are new ideas which are coming up. I'm pretty sure the next 3 days would be game-changing for many of you. It might interest you, it might not interest you, but I can tell you the next 3 days will be a game changer in the construction industry, in the transportation industry, in the building of smart cities in the country, which we all dreamt of. Professor Parida just mentioned about the ITS, Intelligent Transportation System. That is going to be the new future for New India. You being a civil engineering graduate, I'm pretty sure why you are clapping. I know it is the clap. I want to tell you 2 messages. This is important for you. If you take that message with you, I think your future will be brighter. Apart from your classroom classes, these are some of the messages which are coming from the stalwarts and your professors. I wish you good luck and a fantastic 3-day session ahead of you. Thank you very much.
I would now like to request all the dignitaries to step forward to release the abstract book of TRACE 2022. Abstract book is a collection of all the accepted and reviewed papers received during this conference.
Now we would like to express our appreciation and gratitude by facilitating our esteemed guest. I would now request Professor Dr. Manoj Pandey sir, Professor Dr. Abhay Bansal sir, to step forward and facilitate our chief guest, Professor Dr. Manoranjan Parida sir. I request HOD Civil Dr. Tomar sir and Dr. Madhuri ma'am to kindly join. I now request to kindly facilitate our guest, Mr. Narendra Deshpande sir. I now request to kindly facilitate our guest, Dr. Sudhir Chintalapati sir. I now request to kindly felicitate our guest, Professor Dr. Bolan N.S. Khimre sir. I now request to kindly facilitate our guest, A. Chakraborty sir.
Thank you very much all. And just one announcement. Honorable Founder President Sir, due to his some other engagement, will not able to join, and he has sent his best wishes for the success for this event, TRACE 2022. Thank you very much.
It is a privilege and a great joy for us to extend a vote of thanks to all those who have contributed in one way or the other to make this conference a success. Now I would like to invite Mr. Ujjwal Bharadwaj sir, Assistant Professor to Department of Civil Engineer, ASAT. Thank you, sir. Please come.
Good morning all. With the blessings of Honorable Founder President sir, Honorable Chancellor sir, Honorable VC Madam, Team Trace, and with the blessings of Honorable HOD sir, respected Madhuri ma'am, I, on behalf of Team Trace, thanks all our chief guests, guest of honor, researchers, academicians, industry guests, and all the students attending this conference. Thank you all. Thanks.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, dear students, for being with us. We will commence our next session.
So, just one announcement, Mr. Narendra Deshpande, who has addressed just before, he has offered one super incubator facility they have in their organization. If someone is interested, they can avail this. Thank you very much.
Oh, great.
Welcome to We also welcome Professor Bhasar from UTP. Professor, you are there. Thank you from UTP to be there as a panelist. Professor, can we see you? Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor, to be with us. And convey our regards to Vice Chancellor, Professor Ibrahim also. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Many thanks to the civil engineering department.
We look forward for your keynote address, Professor Bashar. Tomorrow we have it, and we will be glad to host you then. So thank you so much for giving your consent.
Thank you very much.
So with this, we come to the end of inaugural of TRACE 2022. We are commencing our next session of Women in Engineering in F1 Seminar Hall. May I request the students to proceed to F1 Seminar Hall. Request all our dignitaries to kindly join us for high tea in F2 Lounge. Request Papia ma'am and Dr. Upendra. यहाँ पे नहीं चलेगा क्योंकि हमें शिफ्ट करना है F1 सेमिनार